Glenn Robert Ball, once a well-known chef in Brisbane, Australia, and right now the general manager of an online grocery store that offers imported and organic foods and ingredients mainly to expats living in Shenzhen and Guangzhou. Well, today you're going to be cooking on our show. So what are you going to be preparing for us today?
One of my favourites, we're going to do potato mash with New Zealand grilled lamb cutlets, balsamic roasted tomatoes, and just some seared scallops on the top with panju.
So what have we got here?
Okay, basically what we've got, I've made it a bit easier for you because I know you're going to help me out today, and I've actually peeled.
I'll try my best.
That's right, I peeled the potatoes and I've actually already parboiled them.
Okay.
Drained them, they're about ready to mash. So I'll get you to mash these.
So the hardest part's done, I've just got to whack them all together.
You've got to whack them all together, but the thing is, it's up to you to taste. So
right. Do you trust me?
Yeah, it's all right.
Taste buds?
Yeah, it's all right.
Professional?
That's all good.
All right, I'll do my best.
You'll be fine. We're Australians, we look after each other.
We do.
And we've got New Zealand lamb cutlets, unfortunately, but it's all right.
Yep.
So, also we've got a beef reduction that's been just made from beef bones.
Yeah.
This has been made with beef bones that have been roasted in the oven, just coated with a little bit of tomato paste, and then also reduced with a bit of red wine.
And you roasted it in that oven?
Roasted in this massive, huge oven here.
So you don't need like a professional grade, huge oven, you can just get it up like that?
Yeah, can still do it from home. So, and I think like even if we're here today, people can just see they can still do the same thing. Yep. Of course, you know, I love to have all the goodies and stuff like that, but this will suffice, no problem at all. So we'll just leave this over here at the moment.
All right. So what can I get started on?
Okay. Okay, what you can do is we'll add some butter.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll add a little bit of cream. Add it with the butter, hit the cream, put around about 30 to 40 mils in there,
okay,
and then start to mash it until it goes creamy.
All right. And how much butter should we add? All of this butter?
Yeah, you can add all of the butter. And then also I've got some Himalayan sea salt, which is fantastic, and you can actually put a little bit of there and salt to taste.
Himalayan sea salt. How do you get sea salt in the Himalayas?
Thousands of years ago.
Wow.
So hopefully there's a lot there for a long time because it's actually really good. So,
and don't use it all up.
Yeah.
All right, so butter in.
Yep, there's your cream.
All right.
So put around about 30, 40 mils in there.
40 mils. Okay, yeah. I'm not a real good judge.
Just by eye, it's all good. Yeah. It's all right, keep going.
All right.
Keep going. About there.
All right, cool.
Okay, just put a little bit of salt in there to taste. Okay, probably around about a little bit less than that.
A bit less than that, all right.
Yep, should be about it.
Okay, cool.
Just chuck it all in, and then just mash for your heart's content.
Okay, put some muscle into it.
Yeah.
And so what are you going to be working
on? Well, what I'm going to start first is actually I've got the oven preheated,
yep, and
then we're going to seal the lamb cutlets off here. Now, if you don't have an oven at home, there's no problem. You can just cook it out longer on here. But I want to do that to show that it can be done either way. Now, this oil that I'm using is also a little bit special.
Okay.
This is actually an extra virgin coconut and rice bran oil.
Oh, that's quite unique.
Yeah. So with this, because extra virgin olive oil, I love to cook with it.
Yep.
But I need to have this at a reasonably high temperature when I seal these off. So like you can see the heat in the pan now because I want to get it very hot, get a skin either side, and then we'll put it into the oven after that.
So when it comes to meat, and you're choosing meat to cook with, what do you look for?
Well, when I look for meat, especially with lamb, I like the fat to be extremely pale, the meat to be bright red. As you know, in China, that you can't actually get any fresh meat in China unless it's local. Yep. So for this, that's why the discoloration's a little bit.
Okay.
So we make sure that it's hot like this.
What kind of temperature are we at?
We're at medium to high. So
okay.
What we'll do, unfortunately, get a bit of smoke in through here. People like to season different ways. I like to basically season like this as I cook. It's a personal choice.
Yep. So what, you just put a little bit of salt and pepper on there?
Yep, a little pepper. And I try not to turn the meat any more than about twice when I cook. I mean, everyone's got their own opinion on how to do that. Some people seal it once, some people seal it twice.
Here that the oil has sort of moved to the sides. Do you need to try and push that back in? Or?
Yeah, we need to try and move. I'll just move it around and get the coat onto the meat.
Yep.
All right. And then we'll turn it the other side.
Oh, that's looking good already.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that sizzle.
So we won't get too much colour on there, but we'll get a reasonable amount.
Right. So you don't have to cook it right through?
No, you can, no. Okay. Basically seal it well enough so that you can get some colour on it, get some caramelisation.
Yep.
and then after that it'll actually seal and create an artificial skin. So basically what will happen is it'll keep most of the moisture in there. But of course you don't want it to sit in the oven for too long.
Okay.
Okay, so
how long do we cook it in the pan then?
we'll cook it in the pan for a couple of minutes, and then after that we'll put it in the oven for about 5 minutes and it should be ready to go.
And how's my mash?
Your mash is looking sensational. Have a try of it and see if it suffices. There's a spoon there.
Tasting pretty damn good.
That's good.
I think it needs to be mashed a little bit more because it's still a bit chunky.
That's all right. Go for your life.
Doesn't that look good? Oh, that looks awesome. Now, when you cook lamb, do you also have? You can also cook it in the way that you cook steak.
Exactly. Yes.
Medium.
Yep.
Well.
Yep. You can cook it to any way you like.
All right.
Okay. So we get a little bit of smoke here. We'll turn this off. Okay. We'll put these into the oven.
Yep.
Put it for about 5 or 6 minutes. Just about do it because the oven's on 200 degrees centigrade.
200 degrees.
Yeah,
okay.
You can have it about 180, 200 is fine.
All right.
And now after that, we've got our beef reduction. We'll slowly start to heat that up.
Okay.
So while we're doing that, what we'll wait for now is, can you pass me that big pan there, please, sir?
Okay, sure.
Yep, thank you very much. Now what we're going to do now is we need the pan hot.
Okay.
You can see now we've got a bit of smoke and a bit of action here, so we'll pour some olive oil in here. We'll put a reasonable amount.
Do I need to stand back?
No, it'll be all right. It'll be a little bit of a flash, but it'll be okay.
Okay.
So what we do, we've got a fair bit of heat in here. All right. And this will... Oh, it's all right. And as you can see, it's starting to blister the skin, and it's exactly what we want.
Yep.
Okay, so while we're doing that, we're going to get some balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
We're going to get a little bit of sugar that I've ground up. I know it gets a bit messy and drive you crazy for a second, but it'll be all right.
I think I might just borrow this.
Oh, that's all right.
My
Batman and Robin, that's all right. So, we've got this. You can smell the olive oil.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you can really smell it.
Okay, and then what we're going to do then is put some balsamic vinegar in. And then, after that, we're going to put some sugar in there and start to bring that down a little bit, so it'll start to caramelise with the flavours.
So do you have to cook this for...
Only a few minutes.
A few minutes? Okay.
Yeah. So what we'll do now, put the sugar.
Oh, yum.
So what we'll do, we'll get these going.
Okay.
Now what we'll do is I'll get the other pan, and what we can do, we can put it here.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll turn it on. And then we'll put it just on a low to medium heat. Okay, now what we're going to do, we've got some scallops. Now, normally if they're a lot bigger, what we'll do is we'll actually seal them on both sides, and then let it either rest or put into the oven for a few seconds, but they're quite small, so this will be quite easy today. What we'll do...
So we cook them separately from the tomatoes?
Yes, so we can... Same thing, I would like to use olive oil for this, just for the simple fact it's just flavours I like when I'm cooking with extra virgin olive oil.
So what about if we're at home and we only have one stove available? One hot plate available. What do you suggest we cook first?
Potato mash, I would do.
Okay, yep. Potato mash first, and then the tomatoes.
Then the tomatoes. After that, I put my lamb, get it going into the oven.
Yep.
And then when everything's just about to come out, then I do my scallops.
Okay.
So what we're going to do with the scallops as well, a little bit of butter in the pan as well. Just use my fingers, give it a little bit of heat. This will also start to give a little bit of a nutty flavour once it gets hot enough to change. So we'll let this melt, we'll let it get enough heat in there.
Oh, that smells amazing as well.
So now you can start to see. So we only want to put maybe 4 or 5 scallops on here. So even if you want to do this, these have only got to go about 35, 40 seconds on each side. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so all you need to do, I'll let you have the tongs there.
Thank you.
Give a little bit more heat. Okay, if you want, we can put just a dash of salt.
Can we just turn it over once?
Yeah, you can just turn it over once, yeah.
All right.
Let it go for about another 25, 30 seconds, then we can turn it over. And then we can give a little bit of salt and pepper as well, just a dash.
Nice.
But just enough to get a bit of colour on both sides. Okay.
Right. You can tell that I don't get in the kitchen much.
That's all right. The practice makes perfect. That's all it's about.
There you go. One's looking good.
There, we see we're starting to get a bit of colour on them, see?
All right.
And as you can see now, the butter's starting to separate and go with nutty flavour, so that'll really give a fantastic flavour there. Yep. So what we can do now, there should be actually enough heat in the pan, just swirl that around a little bit, just like this. Oh, there you go. All right. So to get the flavours, and then we'll turn the pan off. There's enough heat in there ready to go. Okay, so we're just about ready to put everything up now. All we need to do, get a nice big lot potato mash.
Yep.
Fantastic. It's still a bit stodgy. I like my potato mash stodgy. Okay, so we've got that.
Good.
So, put about 7 or 8 tomatoes through here.
Yeah. How important is presentation in cooking?
I think it's, the first thing is people eat with their eyes. So I think it's a huge influence for what we do.
Yep.
Got a spoon anywhere here? Yes, we do.
We do,
Fantastic. But the one thing is, like the way I cook quite simple and more rustic. So I'm not trying to make it. I'm trying to make it just something simple, but just stands out and actually stands out for what it is.
Yep.
But yeah, I think when people put out something, food should come from your heart. And if you're really proud of what you do, it'll show. So all we'll do, put a little bit of the balsamic and olive oil glaze through here. We can let that rest. Okay. Pull our lamb out.
Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks amazing.
Nice bit of colour. Actually, I'll put it over here so you can still see it's moist.
Yep.
Alright.
And that didn't take that long either, did it? Only a few minutes.
So what we'll do now is we'll put our lamb on top of the mash.
Oh,
So these beautiful big bones.
yum.
And now we'll put a lot of this. This is, like I said, just a pure stock, so this is beautiful.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
So, and then after that, sir, I'll let you do the honours and put a few scallops on the top.
Right on top?
Right on top.
Oh. So this is almost like reef and beef, but without the beef.
Yeah, without the beef.
How many do we need?
Put as many as you want on top.
All right.
We put another one up on top after that as well.
Okay.
One more. Okay, now what we can do, because this is actually really lovely with this is like got a really subtle nutty flavour. What we can do is we just put a little bit, not too much, just enough to complement the scallops, just like that. And I know some people might think it's a bit tacky, but I like to have a bit of colour and a bit of green.
I was wondering when the green was going to come in.
So the green, to crown in, bit of colour.
Oh, that just makes it perfect, doesn't
And there you go.
Do you mind if I dig in?
Go for your life, it's all about you.
Oh, it looks so good. So, how should I eat this? Should
Any
I put
way
everything
you
together?
Any way
in
you
one
want.
bite? Okay, I'm gonna get some potato, some lamb, scallop, get a bit of sauce. Are you ready for this? Oh.
You're welcome, my pleasure. I couldn't sing at school, so I had to learn to do something.
Oh. That is amazing.
You're welcome, my pleasure.
I'm going to try and cook that when I go home. It's not going to turn out anything like this.
That's right, you can call the hotline if you need assistance.
All right, I will.
Yeah.
You'll probably be getting a lot of calls from me, but that is just amazing. Oops, I'm making a bit of a mess. I'm not very good at eating on TV, am I? I'm not very good at eating at the best of times, but I want to get another bite. So what is the purpose of having just a little bit of seafood on the top?
I only liked it because I just cooked it actually for some Chinese friends of mine one time, and they just asked it for something a little bit different. So, I just put some scallops on top, and they actually loved it. So, normally, like I said, in Australia, some people accept it, and others will give you a hard time about it. But like I said, it's just experimenting with flavours.
Perfect combination. I'm going to try it with the tomato this time.
The balsamic really sets it off. Like I said, a little bit of sugar, and like I said, extra virgin olive oil is just really fragrant and slightly peppery and sweet at the same time.